Love and Light Collective, and welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video and joining me today. Guys, I have gotten so many downloads over the last few days, and I just wanted to kind of dive in. I don't know how this reading is going to turn out. I don't even know if I'm going to use a lot of cards, but I am going to just speak on the downloads I got. So we're going to pray and then jump into this. Father God, angels, divine Holy Spirit, please go ahead and protect the collective, protect the channel, and protect my intuition. Send the viewers what they are sending myself. Anybody sending evil eye, bad intentions, low vibes, just return to sender because it's not welcome here. All right, Father God, just let these messages come out clearly and accurately, and let the collective get these messages in the highest vibration possible, which is true unconditional love. Okay, guys, so the first download, they want me to do some sound clearing. Okay, so we're going to do a little sound clearing. So the first download that I got is environment. So with this, I don't know if you guys are switching up your environment currently, if you guys have, but if you haven't, there's just this big energy around environment. And what I got with that is a lot of us have been going through internal change, right? Change that maybe people can't see on the outside, or everything looks to be the same as it is, as it was. However, internally, you're going through this huge paradigm shift. You're breaking through these illusions, these toxicities, these karmic ties, all of these things. You're now breaking through these in the spirit inside of yourself. And so what I'm getting is with environment, your external environment is now going to be mirroring all the internal work that you have been doing. So yes, I feel for a lot of us, it's going to be, whether this be new jobs, whether this be new friendships, whether this be new environments, whatever it is, there's going to be a switch up because of all the internal change and switching up that you've done. Okay, so and it's going to take, like I've been noticing, so myself included, like this is why I kind of pulled back off of my platform, is that I have been going through a lot of change externally. And when you get into this change, you're going to have to take the time to recalibrate almost, right? Like when you finish a level, you know, you almost feel like you completed something, but then you get put into this new level and you're starting right back at 0 or at 1, having to relearn everything, having to go through and become the beginner again, become the student again. And that's what I've had to do in my life, right? So I've been the student recently and still continuing. I'm still learning, but I'm now coming out of that and kind of grounding down. So my environment, things around me did have to change. And through that, I became a student into learning and just really securing in this new level. Okay, and I feel like that's what the collective is going to be experiencing as well. Now, I do feel for the ones that have been really pulling back and really have been just taking the time to do the inner healing, the inner work, you're going to have external change in not just one area. I feel like all of a sudden, right, because you've been going through this internal change for so long and you haven't seen the outside effects, that all of a sudden these things are going to start switching up, or your external environments are going to need you to focus more on certain situations because you're back at this beginning, okay? So also, the next channeling that I got was like the collective. So I noticed a lot of the collective energy. If you have been in hermit mode a lot in your life, like myself, you have now been taking steps, or you have been going out, socializing, spending more time with people, meeting new people, hanging out with old people, whatever it is, you've been socializing, right? And I feel like this is because a lot of the messengers, light workers, true, you know, chosen ones who deliver messages, I feel a lot of us time spend that isolating, you know, or that isolation and that introvertedness. We spend that with spirit, we spend that with God, we spend that with whoever you call on, your guides, right? But I do feel like your guides have been pushing you, almost like trying to, like, it's time to get out of the house. It's time, you know, you're grown. Like, you've already been through this cycle enough of whatever that is. Like, however you do your practice, however you get your messages, you've been doing that enough, and now spirit is like, it's time to get out. It's time to get out of the house. Like, you've outgrown, you know? So I do feel like the collective energy who do get downloads and messages and all of this, you have been almost forced to go into these group gatherings, these meeting new people, stepping outside of your comfort zone, outside of your boundaries, because you're being downloaded, right? It's a new level. So you're starting back at 1. So you're now starting this whole new cycle, but in this new cycle, you've learned so much from that past of being to yourself, being isolated, being in that hermit mode, learning how to heal, learning how to cope, right? All of that. And now you're being almost like initiated into this new area. But with this new area comes meeting new people, comes socializing, comes going out, right? All of these new things are coming in that as well. Okay. And that goes down with that. Okay. And then they also want me to say, so vice versa as well. So if you have been somebody that's been more introverted, like myself, now you're going to be experiencing the opposite side of that, which is going out, socializing, meeting new people, hanging out, right? And you're going to be getting downloads off of that. And for the people who have been more, and what I wrote was, for the hermits, you're now turning into more of the fool energy, right? Just kind of stepping into these new situations, not being so much in that fool of just, I'm a fool and I'm going to go into all of this, but because you have so much wisdom, but being in that more of like free, I'm just going to go and jump off and see what happens, right? Because I know that spirit's with me. I know that my guides have me. I know that God's watching me. I know everything that I've learned in that past, I can take with me moving on to this forward. Okay. So yeah, you do have to take an emotional loss with these past things, these past people, these past energies in order to start this new cycle. And I feel like this is what the collective is being pushed into. And if you have been on the other, where you've been out and about, I mean, take it, you know how you've been living. If you have a lot of friends around you, you're always calling and having people on your phone, and you're just out and being in the center of everything, it's going to now do the reverse. So you're going to be entering into more of a hermit stage. And I don't know how this is going to happen. For some who can't listen to spirit and pull back, there's going to be a situation where you're going to end up getting injured to have you sit down, or you're going to end up, you know, there's going to be something that makes you sit in that hermit. Okay. But that's also going to give you the downloads and the reflection. But for the ones who have been, it's your time to get out. And then while you guys are being out, you're going to be placed in these situations, okay? And these situations are going to be situations that you've already been in, some positive, some negative, some beautiful, some toxic, right? But you're going to be placed in these situations again. And I feel, because I've been in these situations, and I feel for the collective, a lot of you guys aren't even going to really notice that you're going through Passion Ignited, okay? So maybe you're going to be placed in these passionate situations, right? One brand new cycle again. But I feel like people are okay, see, now the downloads are because I got the cards out. But when you're placed in these situations, right, these new situations, but you've been in them before, you're going to really see how much you've grown from where you were to where you are now. Like, you're going to be placed in these situations, and you're going to, like, once you're out of the situation, you're going to sit back and you're going to be like, wow, like, the old me would have blown up, or the old me would have gave in, or the old me would have, you know, whatever it is to you, the old you would have done something totally different. But the way that you maneuvered yourself through these situations this time around, you're like, wow, I'm a totally different, I see the growth. I see why I'm being into this, like initiated into this again, right? And I think that for a lot of us who have been doing the inner healing, we don't even realize how much we've changed. Yes, people on the outside can see this. Yes, spirit and God knows. Yes, you are seeing little bits and pieces of how different you are, but you really don't know until you're placed in the same exact situations, and then you act a totally different way. There's a totally different outcome. That is really how you're going to be able to sit back and reflect and be like, wow, I did come a very long way from the person that I was to who I am today. Okay, so very good. All right, and then also I've been getting 2 animals as well. I'm going to share the 2, and then I will do a divine feminine and a divine masculine reading. This is more of a collective download, but the animals that I got, so I got, now it could be man or woman, take it how it resonates, but for the divine feminine, I have been really getting the energy of a horse, right? And that's my favorite animal. Horses are my favorite animal, and in this new environment, chills everywhere, in this new environment that I've been relearning of starting back at 1, there's horses right on. So every day I stop and I go and sit with these horses, these beautiful, massive, beautiful horses. And it's the same exact horse I would want if I could have a horse. So what's the odds, right? Very nice white, all white horse, and then a couple cream colored horses. I'll put a clip in if you guys are interested at the end. Anyway, back on to what I was saying. So these horses, right? When I sit with these horses and I really sit and understand them, these horses pick up on your energy, right? They're so intuitive. They're so deep. They have so much vibrational energy. They can get spooked really easy, right? And then they lift up and they kind of lose their minds, or they can really sympathize with you and understand you. You know, they feed off of your vibration. And for the divine feminine, I feel like a lot of these people that you're being placed in these new situations or these past situations with, these people know that, but also they feel that vibrational match. But not only do you also feel the vibrational match that they are on. Okay, and there's a lot of healing that's going on in these. There's a lot of deep communication that's going on in these. There's a lot of, intimacy, and it doesn't have to be like sexual intimacy. Some yes, but some no. But also it's just more of that, like, that depth, right? And I feel like the collective energy that you're being placed around, these outside people are now seeing that depth within you, but not only seeing it, but feeling it. And I'm also seeing like you can read these people, and these people know that you can do that. So it makes some pull back, but then also some divulge more, right? Like, wow, she really feels me, or he really feels me. And so you can really help these people, or really listen, or whatever it is that they need, you're able to be that aid because of that intuitive gift that you have, like that horse, right? And so if you guys can spend time around horses, for me, it's helped me understand the messages and the downloads a lot more, but it's also been able to help me balance my emotions, right? Because it's been such a wave of emotions this last month, okay? But let's keep going. So passion ignited. Oh, and the next one, for the masculine energy, I was getting gargoyle. I don't even really, I don't know where I got that, but I was like, gargoyle. First I heard dragon, and I was like, really? Is the divine masculine's really in that dragon energy right now? And then they told me gargoyle. Oh, goodness. And they told me to look it up. So when I looked up the meaning, the spiritual meaning of gargoyle, it says, many consider gargoyles the spiritual protectors of churches as well, scaring off demons and evil spirits. Some historians believe gargoyles were inspired from pagan eras and were used to make churches feel more familiar to Christians. Okay, so what I'm getting with that is there are, like, for the divine feminine, who's just this intuitive being who's picking up on energies around you and being placed in them. Now there's these masculines that are around in your life, and these masculines are stepping into this gargoyle-like energy. And a lot of these masculines view you as like the temple, right? As like a church. And it's more, not physically, okay? But like, they see you as this like holy temple almost, right? And so now these masculines are stepping into this protector energy where it's like, I have to protect this church, I have to protect this temple, right? And now they're almost in the spirit fighting and warding off all these predators from the feminine energy. Okay, so those are the downloads I got. Sorry, 15 minutes of downloads, but if you guys like it, you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video. Let me know that these messages are resonating with you. Claim them in for yourself. Okay, mental conflict came out in reverse, and they're telling me to keep it in reverse, and that's a 2. So I feel like mental conflict is easing. Wow, got super quiet. And that's just the clarity. Thank you, Spirit. With mental conflict coming out in reverse. Wow, so clear. I don't know if you guys can hear that, feel that. Such stillness. And I get that every once in a while in this area. Anyway, the mental conflict is gone. I can feel the clarity. Like, these masculines right now are super clear. Wow, like, I'm hearing, I can see. I can finally see. I can finally hear. I can find, like, these masculines, now man or woman, but these masculines know. Wow, that's really amazing. So good job, masculines. Emotional withdrawal and base chakra. So I feel like these masculines right now really have to withdraw their emotions from people, places, and things because of all the mental conflict. Okay, guys, we are back. But what was I saying? So I feel like there has been a lot of these masculine energies that had to pull back and withdraw their emotions from people, places, and things, and really focus back on that base chakra. And I feel like a lot of these masculines have been for so long doing things and living a life for other people, right? Instead of asking themselves, what do I want? What is my needs? What are my base chakra wants and needs? And you know, what are my issues and my traumas? What are things that I need to focus on? I think a lot of these masculine energies have been in this like mental conflict for so long. This is a past energy, but they were in this, and it was like, because they're giving so much. Oh, I have to do this because it's this person, or I have to do this because it's my responsibility, or I have, you know, like people pulling on their heartstrings almost. And I finally feel that clarity where it's like these masculines see what it is that they've been going through, what they've been doing, and now they've pulled back emotionally to focus on themselves, on what they want, on what they need, on what they need to heal, right? Which is a very beautiful energy. Okay, let's see what's a couple more wants to come out, Spirit. Yes, so with them pulling back, they have gained the wisdom. They are gaining the wisdom, and then also it's 5. So with them pulling back, they are going on this journey. They are going to see change, right? Their environment may be changing. Maybe people in their past, they're not going to be around anymore. Maybe they're entering into a new community, into a new family. Maybe they're going to be getting new pets or saying goodbye to certain pets, right? They hold the book of wisdom with their own life. And when I see that book, I also see that base chakra. So I feel like they have all these like, wow, I'm hearing like journaling and scripting and writing, which is very good. Keep doing that. I highly recommend that. But I feel like this masculine, or these masculine energies, have been really doing the work on themselves, really. And I feel it's because they are getting older and they want that sun, right? They're trying to get to that light. And I feel like they have this book with them, and it's like, I feel like it's things that they have manifested. They've taken the time to really sit and write and reflect and really dive into what they want and what will make them happy and what will satisfy them for their later years, right? And in return, they're getting foundation and achievements, right? They're going to be building a solid foundation that's going to withstand the test of time, that's going to hold God's promise, right? So that's very beautiful. Maybe some of them will be moving homes, because I do see homes in this illustration. But there is going to be a lot of change, but with this change, it's going to also stabilize in a different way. I feel like a lot of these masculine energies haven't had the stability that they long for. Maybe to the outside world, it does look stable is what I'm hearing, but It's not the stability that they want or that they need. All right. They want me to do those again because I think my deck... Okay, we'll just try one more time. Clear, accurate message, Spirit. Guys, thank you so much for hanging on with me. They want me to address this, and I really haven't been, but for my healing boxes, they are still coming. I did have to switch the month just because there has been, with me announcing it, like Spirit's like, don't announce it until you're ready, you know, because of course you guys can probably tell, but there has been a lot of like, you know, just drama, chaos, and everything like that on my channel and on my platform and around my work. So they are going to be coming, but I'm not going to really tell you when, or I did push it back just to kind of keep, you know, keep it spontaneous, right? You have to be strategic. So they are still coming, guys, but just stay tuned. Yeah. What is this? Disruption. Exactly. There's been a lot of disruption around that as well for myself, but with disruption coming in reverse, I do feel like that is coming to an end. It was a very, very heavy moon for myself, for the collective, but it was much needed. There was so much purging, emotional healing, emotional releasing, and just really coming to terms with what you want, how you want your life to be, who you want in your life, and where do you see yourself, right? And so I feel like all this disruption is now going to be subsiding, and it's just that clarity. I can't get over that clarity and that peace of mind that I felt. Yes, you will be standing in your power. You will be gaining higher levels of awareness and positive movement forward. I can't make it up. Okay, so that's a beautiful energy, guys. I don't want to go too far in this reading. So we're going to grab a couple of these and then we're going to close it out. I hope all of you guys are doing well, enjoying all this change that's coming, that's heading, that you're experiencing. And know that if you are going through change right now, you are just recalibrating. You're starting back off at that level 1. There are 3 ones out on this spread, and we have passion ignited, we have base chakra, and then we have awareness. And I feel like because you've been focusing on that base chakra, focusing on gaining higher levels of awareness, now you're going to be placed with this new passion, right? This new passion igniting. And it could be a loving relationship. It could be a new career. It could be a new business venture. It could be new friendships, right? Anything that brings you passion, a new sport, a new hobby. It doesn't have to only be regarding around love. Okay. Wow. And then we have attraction. So maybe it is around love. Maybe there is somebody that you're really attracted to, or that you're going to be meeting, and it's going to just be stirring up a lot of attraction and all this passion, right? Maybe that's what you guys want, and maybe that's what's going to be coming in. Then we have abundance. You guys are attracting abundance. So with that just contradicts, and it could be a new business venture. It could be a new idea. It could be a new job. It could be something that claims in actual financial abundance, right? That could be it as well. But we have change coming out. And then we have passion again. And then we have imagination. Okay, so I'm really glad we ended it on these cards, because this is Spirit here telling me, in order to claim this abundance that you want in your life, you need to attract it in. How do we attract that in? How do we attract that abundance? How do we attract that beautiful light into our life? How do we do this, Spirit? How do we do this? We have to embrace change. We have to know that change is always going to come if we want to move forward. That without change, we're going to stay exactly where we are, right? Without a change of mind, there will be no way to manifest more. Without a change of heart, there's no way to allow love or whatever we want into our life. Without change in the physical, there's no way to grow and see that actual physical change, okay? So we need to have some sort of change in our life if we want to claim this, attract this abundance in. And then passion. Follow your passions. What makes your heart sing? What makes your heart filled with passion? I feel like also we need to be redirected, and myself included. I had to really sit back and be like, okay, what is my passion again? Where do I want to envision myself? And it's good because some of us, like myself, we may have had this whole plan, this whole vision laid out, right? But sometimes it's good to go back and just really fine tooth it, right? Okay, this was what I had in my mind, what I've envisioned, but it's okay to tweak it. It's okay to go back and change a few things. It's okay to go ahead and envision and manifest more, right? Envision and manifest something grander, something greater, right? That's totally fine. So I feel like that's where taking inventory is what I'm hearing. Like, take inventory of not only the people, places, and things in your life, but also take inventory on what you're trying to manifest, right? And I feel like this masculine energy has been doing that and has also been writing it down. I do that myself. So if this is something that you guys haven't been doing, I highly suggest that you do. Write down those manifestations. Where do you see yourself in 1 to 3 to 5 years, right? Where do you want to see yourself? What do you want to have in your life? Who's the person you want to be? Okay. And yeah, I think we're going to leave it at that. And then we have deception coming out in the reverse again. So we have disruption and deception and mental conflict all in reverse. That's a very beautiful energy. If you guys can see this positive wave that's coming forward. And I don't want you guys to forget that when you are placed in situations, right? In these situations where you may have already been in the situation in the past, you're going to react or respond in such a different way. And when you come out of that situation is the only time you're really going to understand, like, wow, I have grown so much. I really have, stepped in my full power. I really have gained so much wisdom and awareness of what I want, what I will settle for, what is right for me, right? And I really feel like we're at a whole new level. We're at level 1, guys. So just get ready for this ride. We're at half of the year, right? And just get ready because the end of the year is going to be something good. Okay, guys, this is the reading. If you liked it, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you choose to. And subscribe to the Ohana if you want to. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.